Hello, it's Myozan, Kodo from Zen Buddhism Ireland here, and I'm going to continue with our reading of Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind by Suzuki Roshi. And I'm looking at page 75 this time, limiting your activity. I'd like to thank those of you that have written to me or sent me emails expressing your gratitude for these films, these talks I'm giving on Master Suzuki's great work, and I really do appreciate your expressions of gratitude. And it's good to know that these little talks are helping to enrich your practice in some way, and to encourage you to keep sitting and keep practicing. So, thank you so much. Often the question comes up of whether Zen can be practiced with other religious traditions. I was asked recently by a devout Catholic if it was okay for him to practice Zen while holding his religious beliefs. Certainly, Master Suzuki is very clear in this chapter, Limiting Your Activity, that the Zen practice is practice. It is not doctrine. And in that sense, it is perfectly compatible with other religious beliefs, that one can have a regular Zen practice and still be a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or of some other faith or no faith indeed. This is true because you're not asked to sign up to a set of doctrines in order to practice Zen. Leonard Cohen, who of course was a very well-known Zen monk, as well as a great artist, he was a Jew all his life. He was a devout Jew, I think, particularly in his later years, as well as being a Zen monk. I know that Brad Warner, the great American Zen teacher in our lineage, spoke recently about serving orioki breakfast on a Zen retreat in California, and being surprised that one of the people he wanted to serve was observing Ramadan, and therefore she would not eat until the sun went down. Practicing Muslim, also practicing the Zen way. So, Suzuki Roshi certainly would agree with the idea that Zen is not a religion in the normal sense of the word, in the way that it requires certain beliefs in prescribed doctrines. In this chapter, Limiting Your Activity, Suzuki Roshi cites an older story from the tradition. Joshu, a great Chinese Zen master, said, "A clay Buddha cannot cross water, a bronze Buddha cannot get through a furnace, a wooden Buddha cannot get through fire." So, if we rely on the Buddha out there, or the deity Buddha, to save us, then this will not work. In the end, we will have to set it aside. So, in a way, this is related to goal-orientated practice, where we are looking for something out of the practice, where we are looking to be saved, or looking for salvation, or looking for peace, looking for escape, looking for the great panacea to solve our problems. If we make these demands of our practice will be spoiled. So we return again to this idea of goal-orientated practice and the problems with it, that we give up all these goals in our zazen, We arrive at the present moment. We arrive at the pure moment of being. And this is where our universal Buddha nature becomes apparent, the truth of things. So we have no particular goal or purpose in our Zen practice. If we had, then our Zen practice would be limited by that goal or purpose. But our practice is limitless. It is open. It is boundless. It is the practice of liberation, of total and true liberation. And that's why it cannot be contained or limited by goals and purposes. When we practice Zazen, we limit our activity to the smallest extent. Just keep the right posture, and being concentrated on sitting is how we express the universal nature. Then we become Buddha and we express Buddha nature. So this is called Ichigyo Zamai, or one act samadhi in Japanese. And this is that in doing one thing right here and now, where we find ourselves, by doing that one thing, we express our Buddha nature. So when we sit Zazen, we don't sit Zazen to get something, we just sit Zazen. This is the core of our training. This is the core of our practice. When we have a responsibility in the world, minding children, working, cleaning the garden, bringing out the rubbish, we do those things thoroughly. We bring out the rubbish, not so it'll be taken away, but we just bring out the rubbish to bring out the rubbish. In each moment, we are totally present. We are present for our life. We are here for our life. We're not missing our life because it's out there somewhere that we hope to attain at some future date or future time. No, no, no. We arrive at the culmination of all things, which is right here and right now. This is our practice. That's what Suzuki Roshi means by limiting our activity. We're not dispersing our activity out there in our life, spread out over time in all directions. No, we come home to ourselves in our practice. We settle and ground ourselves where we find ourselves in this present moment. We come home to our life. We come home to this moment. So, whatever your beliefs are, and your search for religious salvation or happiness or whatever it is, that's all well and good. But in Zen practice, we give up all that when we're on the cushion, and we are present, and we are verified by what we encounter. Everything is verified through experience. We don't necessarily have to believe that Zazen will deliver something or make us into a Buddha. No. We sit down and everything in existence verifies this present moment of awakening. And this is how practice and enlightenment are one. It's right here. Where else could it be? Joshu's statement about the different Buddhas concerns those who direct their practice towards some particular Buddha. One kind of Buddha will not serve your purpose completely. You will have to throw it away sometime. or at least ignore it. So this is, you know, Zen Buddhism may be a philosophy, a religion, a practice, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Certainly if it's a religion, it is different in the sense that its liberation from its own doctrine is refreshing and liberating and freeing. So we even have to give up Buddha in a way to become Buddha. You will have to throw it away sometime, or at least ignore it. But if you understand the secret of our practice, wherever you go, you yourself are boss. No matter what the situation, you cannot neglect Buddha because you yourself are Buddha. Only this Buddha will help you completely. So this practice is a practice for grown-ups. It's a practice for adults. We take responsibility for ourselves in Zen practice. It comes down to us. Buddha, God, or a guru or teacher will not save you. The practice comes down to you. You take responsibility for your life and your actions and your practice. The teacher's role is to help you. The teacher's role is to be a mirror in which you can see yourself. And we do need that mirror. So you yourself are boss. No matter what the situation, you cannot neglect Buddha because you yourself are Buddha. Entering the still state, sitting zazen, every day. This is our way. Zazen will teach you. Everything will open and be revealed. So next time we're going to look at Study Yourself, page 76, as we continue our reading of Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. And in the meantime, keep sitting, keep practicing. And despite the fact that you practice yourself and that it's your responsibility, it is important to remember that the three treasures consist of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Sangha. Find a Sangha near you. Find a good teacher. Find a community of Zen practitioners that speaks to your heart, speaks to you. And practice with them, because it is so easy to lose our way when we practice on our own. We must practice with all beings in this practice whereby we take responsibility for ourselves. Thanks for your time and your attention. Have a wonderful life.